So today we're taking a look at the Realistico texture pack for Minecraft 1.9. Now, this texture pack is an absolutely amazing one, and where it works spectacularly well and where it looks fantastic. However, where it fails, it falls flat on its face pretty hard, and it's just embarrassing and just absolutely awful looking. So let's take a look at it. So taking a look around my bedroom, you can see that there is a huge difference from normal texture packs in that the blocks are all 3D now. So as you can see the little fibers standing up on the carpet. You can see there's like little cracks and crevices inside of the wood and planks, and on the wall as well. You can see the grain in the wood, and it's also you can look to the side and it sticks out from the wall. All the blocks had basically been converted into 3D, and if you look at the bedposts, you can see that there's like little pieces of bark sticking out, and it's absolutely fantastic looking. Now this is achieved with something that's called bump mapping, which is basically where they make like little mountains and valleys inside of these blocks to make them look 3D. And now one thing that you should know about this texture pack is that it can only be used with shaders. So I'm using Continuum Shaders right now, which is what the author of the texture pack recommends. So if I go ahead and go into my video settings and turn the shaders off, you'll see what it looks like without the shaders on. So if we turn off the shaders, this is basically what we're left with. Everything sort of flattens out. It looks like there is a little bit of detail still left. You can see the tiny textures. There's definitely a lot more texture in here. You can still see the grain of the wood and everything, and the little specks on the quartz and on the cobblestone as well, but everything starts to flatten out and not look as good. So let's go ahead and turn on the texture pack again with the shaders. And but before I do that, I'm going to show you the free version, because there are two versions of this texture pack. There's the paid version, which I showed you just now, which costs €1 to buy, which is a clear violation of Mojang's end user license agreement to sell texture packs and resource packs and mods and things like that. It might be that this resource pack isn't available for much longer, because I hear that Mojang has a nasty legal team. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the free version now. Okay, so we're looking at the free version now, and you can still see that there is a hint of bump mapping left compared to the flat version that you saw earlier. And especially if we go outside and take a look at these bricks, you can see that they're definitely a little bit more 3D looking than they were before. If we look at this post right here, you can see that there's some nice interaction with the light going on, especially right here. You can see right in this area there's some the light getting caught, and there's highlights and shadows. Absolutely spectacular. You know, it's different over there than it is over here. Like, you can see the shadows and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go down here and we'll take a look at this cobblestone. Check this out. So you can see that there's some bumps that are coming out towards you and bumps that are receding away. And you can see there's a nice effect on the quartz, especially. It actually looks like kind of shiny, like there's little tiny crystals and such inside of there. So absolutely spectacular. And let's take a look at this grass too. The grass looks bumpy as well, and you can definitely see it in the dirt. There are some bumps that are sticking out and some bumps that are going inside of it. Really cool. Definitely amazing. I'm going to show you, in case you're having a hard time seeing the interaction between the light and the shadow and the reflections and stuff. There's this really nice area down here that I found that is especially easy to see. So check this out. Check out this brick. You can see that there's a light area right here where there's a highlight, right? And if we go forward so that the light's no longer reflecting up into our eyes, you can see that highlight kind of disappears. But then if we go back this way, the highlight starts to come back. And that is absolutely fantastic. So if you're walking along a brick path, for example, it just adds another element of realism that makes these bricks and these blocks look like they're not just sitting alone by themselves in space, and now they're all interacting with each other. There's reflected light. Absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to switch back to the paid version of the shaders, and we're going to explore around the village some more. Okay, we're back in the full version now, and you can see that the bump mapping, the 3D effect, is much more clear again. And take a look at the door even. You can see the individual boards coming out. Absolutely spectacular. And of course, the highlight that we were looking at before is still there. Still absolutely gorgeous looking. And now there are a couple of complaints that I have with this resource pack, unfortunately. And especially if I'm going to be paying money for a resource pack, which most people give away their resource packs for free, but if I'm going to be paying money for it, I definitely want it to be perfect. And as you will soon see, this resource pack is not perfect. There are some huge issues that this resource pack has that make it kind of disappointing. But anyways, one of the terrible things about this resource pack that I can see is, especially right here, you can see it, and a little bit over here, is that sometimes the bump mapping doesn't work, and you get some like weird distortions when you look at things from different angles. Like right here, it looks like they're going at a diagonal, like they're all flat all of a sudden, like when you look at them from strange angles, and it's just kind of weird looking. It breaks the illusion, it breaks the immersion. Right here you can see it a little bit more clearly. Things are getting kind of distorted, especially if you look at it from different angles. It starts to look like it's flat again. But anyways, yeah, if you look at something straight on, like this glitching area, and of course it would rain, but now that it's raining, I think I can show you another cool feature of this texture pack, is that it makes the ground actually look wet. So you can see this is gravel right here, and it's got some nice reflections on it. It's becoming shinier because there's the rain falling on it and it's getting wet and it's reflecting light. So if we turn it back to clear weather, you can see the reflection starts to increase because the sun is coming out and it's still kind of wet. But as you will notice, it's going to fade to its normal state of reflectiveness. So it's already getting a lot drier looking. So that's pretty cool. That was a nice touch. Look at this coal ore. Like, look at that. You can actually see the highlights inside of it that make it look shiny, and that's insane. I love the coal ore in this texture pack. So let's go ahead and go through the village and see what we can see. We can see the highlights that the sun is casting on this bark as opposed to the shadow area. So I think that's interesting to look at right there. And we've got the cobblestone as well. And if we look up here, you can see another problem that this texture pack has, is that there's a bunch of jaggies. Now you can see there's a whole bunch of it looks like pixelated areas, and they're sort of jagged lines, and for me that's kind of difficult to get used to. It makes it a lot less good. If you look at it from straight on, right, it looks fine, but if you look at it from down here, things start to get distorted and jagged again, and it sort of breaks the immersion, it breaks the illusion for me. So let's go ahead and go up here, and we've got some nice bricks and stuff, and we'll go ahead and go downtown and we'll see what we can see with this. Take a look at this ladder though. Absolutely crazy. It looks like you could actually reach out and grab the ladder. So let's go ahead and climb up here. Oop, getting a little lag spike. Oh, this is a great example. You can see the shadow cast by the fence and the highlights and the shadows interacting with the wooden planks. Absolutely crazy. One thing that I don't like about this texture pack, this is just my opinion, but to me, the boards look like they would hurt your feet to walk on. Like, there's such huge cracks. I think that it would be a lot better is if the wooden planks would look flat from the top, more like floorboards in an actual house, rather than all bumpy and like really high up. Like, it looks like your shoes would get caught in these cracks or something like that. That's just my opinion. But anyways, take a look at this tree trunk right here. If we put it down right there, you can see the rings and the little dots and everything. Absolutely insane amount of detail. But we can also see sort of a little problem that we've got right here, which you can see it better up here. If we go up here and further up into the treehouse, you can see it especially with this bed, where you get sort of a weird mirror effect, or a window effect, I call it, where if you look down here, you can start to see another bed underneath the bed, and right here looks like there's something weird going on the side of the bed, and you can see the pillow is distorted as well. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. And if we go up here, there's some sort of weird tear in the texture, which I don't think that's supposed to be there. That definitely has to be fixed. So why don't we go inside of the house and take a look at some more things that we can see. Take a look at my quartz dining table. It's all bumpy. Good luck putting plates and getting them to stand up straight on that. But yeah, there you can see the nice light coming in through the window. Okay, so now we're up on top of the hill where the World Edit addicts were playing. We got them all rehabilitated. Make sure that you watch that video if you're a World Edit addict and you still need treatment to stop doing things like this. But anyways, we've got some more rare blocks that are not found in our city over there. We've got this gold right here, and it's really shiny looking. Really cool. We also have the diamond ore. Take a look at this. You can actually see like the little tiny diamond crystals sticking up on it. I think that's absolutely spectacular. And then we've got the bricks, of course. So now we have the diamond block right here, and you can see like the little tiny crystals and stuff all over it. And we have some different blocks right here. We have a jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern looks really cool, or that's actually the carved pumpkin. And this is the jack-o'-lantern. We also have Podzol, which is the greatest block in the game. I'll probably have a video about that coming out soon so that you can understand why I think that. But again, very nice looking, except from the side where there's all the jackies. But anyways, we have some glass right here, and nothing has been done with glass again. I think that it would have been cool for there to be glass. There's some purple blocks. You can see like the little texture that it's got going on there. There's some hay. It actually looks, you know, rough and coarse. Really nice looking. There we got some prismarine. We also have some texture or some pressure plates, and we also have a redstone torch. And small items like this really kind of bug out. You can see something weird going on here, and there's like lots of distortion and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, one more feature that I want to highlight is that the bump mapping actually works when you are holding the block in your hand. So take a look at the block in my hand right now. As you can see, when I rotate, the shadows start to change and the highlights change as well, which is really, really cool. I really love that. And if you hold it up to the sun, you can see that the light starts to change on the top. And let's change to a block of quartz right here. As you can see, this is a little more shiny, so the bump mapping is a little more visible. And if I hold it in my hand like this, you can see that it starts to reflect some of the environment around me. You can see there's a little bit of red in there from the rose, and you can see there's like a you're getting some of the reflected light coming off from the tree and onto the block, which is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like that before in Minecraft. Definitely amazing. But anyways, I definitely think that we can all agree that this is an absolutely amazing and extremely unique texture pack. No other resource pack that I've ever seen in Minecraft has done what this texture pack has done. However, I would say that the fact that you have to pay €1 for it is kind of disappointing for what you get, especially with the problems with the jaggies and the you know, the weird stuff with like the beds, especially, and the mushrooms that we saw over there, like the weird window glitches. That kind of ruins the realism, ruins the immersion. And sometimes when I play with this resource pack, I kind of get a headache. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I'm just having a bad day. But another thing to consider is that you definitely have to have a beefy computer if you're going to be running this resource pack, because my computer can sometimes run Minecraft at 800 FPS without any shaders or any resource packs on. And right now we're getting like 25, 30 FPS, which is, in my opinion, barely playable. So yeah, definitely make sure that you have got a good enough computer before you shell out the €1 to get this texture pack. But it's definitely not bad, but it's not perfect either. It's kind of disappointing. I was kind of disappointed when I saw some of the glitches and stuff, but the texture pack can be fixed. You know, it's not beyond repair. There are definitely things that can be done to make this a lot better. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the Pink Eye Empire. And as always, stay awkward, my friends. Hey, I would really like to read you this poem about Podzol that I wrote. Alright, check this out. Okay, here we go. Podzol is love. Podzol is life. Given the opportunity, I would gladly make Podzol my wife? Who wrote this? If my wife saw this, I could get in some serious trouble. She would think that I was cheating on her. Come on, it's not funny. Get back here.
I'm talking to you.